Well, there you are again. Charlie Greer podcast. I do this every day. Today, so best is yet to come. That's right. Before we start, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, which you do, the information is in the description for Cash App and Zelle. Let's do this. So, best is yet to come. Oh, more of this is coming. Oh yeah, it's gonna get better, but more, more is coming. So yeah, this year's kind of been a big year for me. I moved from LA after 24 years in February. So in 2 months it'll be like a year. So I moved to Illinois. Um, and I've said this before, but I needed a place that was low key, uh, you know, affordable, no stress. I had to decompress for like two plus decades of LA life. And I wanted to start my podcast. So I got here in February, decompress for a few months, just get to know settle in. Then in May, I started my podcast. So next month will be, I think, 9 months that I think, yeah, 9 months, 8 months, something like that, every day. Um, yeah, so that's a big change in my life. Moving from California, starting a podcast, uh, not realizing how hard it is to do a podcast every day and to keep it up, like keep up hey, the spunky and the energy. And not that I'm too energetic. It's just, without the awkward pauses and you know, having it like, because what my format is, I try to have like a conversation with everybody. It's just me here going live. And I know I'm on the right track because people will from all like, were you talking about me? No, I mentioned, I wasn't even thinking about you. That's good because I'm familiar. See, it's like I'm talking to someone. I'm talking like to an individual. I would suggest like when you do your housework or your dishes or doing something, throw me on, have me in the background. That's what I do to other podcasters. Some of them I watch, some of them I listen to and I lay down. Some of them when I'm cleaning, sweeping, whatever I do, throw it in the background. Um, so yeah, best is yet to come. And that's why I need the support because I need a better lighting, better camera, better. I want to get out and go and do things. Um, but yeah, it's been a interesting year. Again, I didn't know how brutal it would be to do a podcast every day. Um, I was wrong. I was mistaken. I was naive. I mean, I love what I do. It's therapeutic. Some days it is tough. You know, sometimes you're not on. You're off. You try saying something witty or entertaining every day. It's tough. Um, and like today, I had other stuff written down. I had a few things written down that I was gonna. But man, again, sometimes I just get from the camera and I just change gears. It's like, you know what? Let's just riff. Let's just go. Let's just flow. I've been wanting to talk about this. The best is yet to come, stuff that's coming. I'm gonna be doing other people's podcasts. See, I wanted to get my footing first. I wanted to get and if you go back and watch like the beginning of my podcast, I wasn't there yet. And I recommend anybody that is starting a podcast or hang in there. You'll get your flow, you'll get your it took me a while to get my intro right. I changed it up to how I want it, and my outro as well. Um, but yeah, a lot more is coming. Uh, and you have to shift gears sometimes. Like my plan was to be in this town for 3 or 4 months. I thought it wouldn't take me so long to decompress because I had an injury I was dealing with. I had to do a year's therapy, a neck and back injury when I was in Los Angeles. So it took a little bit longer. And I came here in February when it was cold. So it was like, oh, damn. And this winter's kicked my ass too. This past week, it was freezing. I'm talking about below zero, like 8 below. With the wind chill factor, it was like 20 below. Froze up my pipes. My car battery died, And that's the thing about doing your podcast. And you have a job. these things, it's not like this is all I do. I have to live my life as well. Um, and quite honestly, I thought that, I used to live around here. I knew so many people in Illinois. We're talking about like cities all over because I was in a band playing around, and I haven't seen anybody. That's kind of, disappointing. Um, but that gives you the drive to be like, well, mosey on, because that's another thing. The best yet to come is I don't know how long I'm going to be in this town, because I said I was going to be like 3 or 4 months. I was going to be here and there, and that's coming. I'm going to move to. I'm not going to say, but yeah, that's anything that I've ever did or done. You have to have like a goal. You have to set your sights and follow through. What it doesn't matter what everybody else is saying, because you like people around you, commenters, stuff like that. You take it in, be like, oh yeah, okay, cool. But no, you want to stick to your guns, so to speak. And no, I don't own any. Oh, yeah, you gotta be strong in your mind if you want to do this every day. Um, and of course, my podcast is all over the place. I dabble here and there. I want to do more. I'd like to do 2 a day, but I'm not popular enough to do that. I don't have the subscribers I need to put that effort in, or the support. Um, yeah. But that's coming. And I'm going to be doing other people's podcast. Uh, I'm also going to be doing other creative things, playing music. I need to get back in my painting. I haven't had an art show since the whole time I've been back. But there aren't any real art galleries around here. If there is, they deal with, it's not like Los Angeles where there's like easy to get art shows. And that augments my income. See, when I have like my few hustles, when I have like my art shows and flipping cars and guitars and stuff like that, then that I could afford other things as far as like equipment and stuff. But I can on the measly shit that I make around here. This town, there's no opportunity. So I've had to lower my standards like a lot just to take like jobs that I would never even fathom about taking, but I've had to because I blew through my savings. And it's what it is. I kind of knew that coming in. I was warned actually, but you live and learn. But it's time to mosey on. Uh, so that's the next step. Is I'll probably be in St. Louis, but you never know. You never know. I used to live in St. Louis. I love St. Louis. St. Louis has got like an art scene. It's got it's a major city. And that's one of the problems I've had is to moving into a small town. I think there's like 20,000 people in this town. It's a farm community. It isn't like it's a bad thing. It just is. These farmers don't paint. I mean, they don't do YouTube channels. I haven't met one other person that has a YouTube channel. Well, in LA, everybody has one. And I've been contemplating about doing one for a long time. Like I was always like, well, should I do this, that, and the other? I was gonna do one every day on Hollywood Boulevard. I was just gonna talk to tourists and get their story and show the craziness that goes on there every day. But there's people that do that. There's people that I don't know if someone does it every day, but there's so many YouTubers down there, content creators every day, just coming here and there. I'm from Florida and I'm not that say whatever. I'm from Ohio, but there wasn't one that was just like concentrating on Hollywood Boulevard, which is insane. All these tourists, of course, they all want to be in front of the camera and tell where they've been. Like, oh, I'm from so and so, and which I think is cool, There are performers down on Hollywood Boulevard that'll dress like Superman or Spider-Man or whatever, Dracula, whatever, Darth Vader. There's multiple Wonder Woman. I mean, everything you think of, and they make money taking pictures with getting donations from the tourist. And when I was on the microphone, I used to be an on-sale microphone guy or salesman on the microphone. One of the guys that worked at the store, he wasn't on the microphone, but he was like a clerk. I don't even know what he did. He stocked. He was cool. He's like, I'm thinking about um, getting a uniform, an outfit, and going out there. I'm like, really? So he ordered some kind of a outfit. He's like, hey, there's not one of these. And I was like, oh, that's smart. He thought about it. He ordered it. I remember it took him forever to get it. And when he got it, the first day he came in and he used the store to change, like put it on. And it was a cheap one. I was like, man, you should have spent a little bit more money. It looks like pajamas. Like, oh, man. He went out there. And of course, I'm kind of out there too. I'm in the doorway. I'm in the microphone. I could see what he's doing. And I was like, damn, he's getting a lot of business. Within an hour or two, he comes back with like a handful of money. And he's like, I quit my job. That's what I'm going to do. Really? And that's what he did. He was like a pioneer. He had to, just go out there and try it and do it, looking for gold. I respected that. He was making more money in basically a pajama. Last time I saw him, he's like, oh, I'm going to spend more. I've got money now. I'm going to buy a better outfit. I'm like, yeah, you better. And it's hot. They go through those outfits. You have to. I mean, you got to shit. I've thought about doing a traveling podcast, which I might do. I miss going places and just, documenting like normal things that people find interesting, which I would find interesting. Talking to people. Of course, I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to be ranting like a madman, like a half hour every day. That's a thing. But I want to do other things. Again, best is yet to come. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want to support the channel. The information is in the description for Cash App and Zelle. And comment, like, what do you think? What do you want to see? What do you want me to talk about? I've said this before, like, come up with something funny to, and I'll riff on it. There's commenters that have, and thank you. The couch of procrastination, that came from one of my followers. And that was a great episode. People love that episode. I'd like to do more of that. I want to get involved. I want people to get involved. Not too crazy. I don't do political. I don't do religious. I don't do this, that, and the other thing. But yeah, you never know. So comment. You can email me. But things are going to be changing, getting better. The best yet to come. Because you have to. You can't do, again, some things you can like what I do now, a format of just sitting there and ranting. I don't want to change that, but I want it to look better. But as far as like going out, man on the street kind of stuff, I want to do that. And I want to travel. I miss going, I've been in this little small town, which again, it was perfect for what I needed. It ain't like I'm complaining. I planned this out. I knew what I was in for. I knew it's like, hey man, it's going to be you're used to stimulus overload in LA. You move to this farm community. It's going to be slow and this, and I needed that. In fact, it's been a blessing in a lot of aspects. Just let me decompress, catch up on some sleep, and get a better feel for who I am and what the world is. You kind of lose yourself in Los Angeles, where it's just like that's what that happens to everybody wherever you're at. That becomes the norm, and then you want to mix it up. You don't want to be you don't want to plateau. The plateauing effect is a thing, and you've got to recognize it. You've got to see it coming. or you'll pay the price. So yeah, I need to mix it up a bit, and I want to get out there. I want to communicate with more YouTubers. I want to do uh, more podcasting. Because I've been holding back on. People have asked me to be on their channel, and it's just the fact that I needed to get my footing. Like I need to be able to uh, get my groove on. I know that sounds stupid, but you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be able to hold your own. Um, and I knew it would be the format I'm doing, which is like meaning me sitting in front of a camera, no editing, because I could make it more charming and funny if I edit. And I might start doing that. I might start doing episodes like that. I'm always going to do my live rant, but I want to do more. If I had more support or a sponsor, whatever it is, uh, um, I could, but I can't. Now the way I have to live my life, and I've lowered my standards as far as how I live. Like, oh man, uh, that I knew that was coming too. I knew that, like, hey, you know what? I gotta get rid of certain things in my life to buckle down, make some changes in my finances, how I do things, because I wanted to concentrate on my YouTube channel. I wanted to seriously do this. I didn't want to half-ass it, or it looked half-ass. I get it. You know, don't think I don't. But it's an arduous task. Again, I didn't realize how hard it would be. Quite honestly, it's one of the hardest things I've ever done as far as like creative, like with my bands, my paintings, my acting, my this, that, and the other. This has been tough. It's rough sometimes. Sometimes you just don't want to do it. You just, whatever. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. I mean, I look forward to doing it, but man, it's something. Again, your life gets in the mix. But I'm off. My time is off. Like I said, I was only supposed to live in this town for 3 or 4 months, then move on. It was going to be St. Louis, and it probably will be St. Louis. I lived there. I have family there. I've done well in St. Louis. When I lived there, I had a commercial. I made a movie. I did all kinds of stuff. I had an agent and a lawyer when I lived in St. Louis. So it isn't like, see, that's another thing. I don't have anybody representing me or helping me. I'm used to that. I'm used to people like behind the scenes, at least 1 or 2 that are like, okay, hey, like kind of help me guide the boat. Well, there isn't any around here. And unfortunately, I'm not attracting any as far as like online. I'm not used to, nobody's contacting me like, hey, I want to produce it. None of that. And I'm used to doing that's I usually attract. I never went asking. When I got that entertainment attorney, I did a commercial. They interviewed me for like the Riverfront Times or something like that. Like a newspaper interviewed me because I did a few newspaper interviews. And then the guy came in our store. He's like, hey, he did a different type of law, but he wanted to get into entertainment law. And he'd been studying it and trying to get his feet wet. He needed a client. So he came to me. I was like, yeah, I signed with him. And it was good for a while. He taught me a lot as far as like, solicitations and this, that, and the other. And with my art too. Hey, we want to rep you. With my band, hey, we wanted to. But with my YouTube, that hasn't happened yet. But it's only been 9 months. Rome wasn't built in a day. So I know that it's coming. And I do need support. I do need someone behind the scenes. I need like a producer. I need a sponsor, whatever. And I get it that I'm not as popular, If I was getting a lot of views, of course, I could pick and choose. But I don't want to like change my, of course, I need to quit smoking. I know this, but I smoke. I curse. I click the button that says "Isn't for kids." I don't use a live chat. But that's what I like to do. You know, I have to do what you like. You know what I mean? I can't fake. A lot of people out there faking. Uh, just doing what everybody else does, you know, which is cool. I mean, hey, I can get it. Like switching to matches. I thought that would be cool. Now I know that sounds stupid, but it's like old school. It's like a western, like a, you know. I know there certain things I probably shouldn't do, like smoking and cursing, but uh, that's what I like to do. I know that sounds stupid. Well, he likes to smoke and curse. Yeah, that's what, that's my format. That defines me. Drinking coffee. You know, and I don't come on stoned. I don't smoke weed before I come on. I don't drink. I smoke and I drink coffee. I got to be sharp. I don't want to be hungover. I don't want to none of that. And there's been times where I have been. I mean, I didn't say anything, but I was just, you know. Every once in a while, you got to tie one on. Every blue moon or whatever. But yeah, I've got to be around more of a metropolis. I'm used to that. More of a city. Uh, that's why I'm probably going to be in St. Louis here in the next, I would say by May, by the year point of, because I started my podcast in May. So by May, I'll be in the city. But again, it has had its ups and downs, meaning, and I knew this. I knew. It's like, well, you're changing your life. So this year has been, you know, it's years in. New Year's is like a couple days away. This year has brought a lot and a lot of change, and that's sometimes difficult to absorb and kind of augment and, you know, just get your footing. So that's why I've been kind of doing it like I have to, because I don't want to be something that I'm not. I don't want to say things that uh, I don't want to embellish too much. You know, I want to be genuine. I want to be unique, whether that might mean I'm not that talented. It's just that I work harder than others. Like I get up every day and do this, you know. There's people that do it once a week that get way more views than I do. And that's cool. But my format, I have to do what I can. I can't do something I'm not, man. It'll be worse. So I have to just do what I do. This is my ride and die format, you know. And I'm going to do other things. I'm going to mix it up because I thought that I was going to do a nighttime podcast with cool lighting and play more of my music. People are like, "Man, you be playing more guitar," um, and I will. I've been wanting to like live broadcast, like me playing, like me like performing, and that's coming. It's just that, and the reason I'm holding back on that is like I live in this little small house, and you can hear everything. Like right now, I'm sure my neighbor can hear me on the pod. They tell me like I can hear you because these walls are thin. This is a Civil War era house, so it's a house that's split into like 3 apartments. There's mine, the one beside me, and then there's one upstairs. Well, I can't be doing, you know, I'll be driving everybody crazy. So I need more space. I need more soundproof wall. You know what I mean? Again, this has been perfect for me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. It's been perfect. I needed a place that was affordable, away from all the other things. I could buckle down, start my podcast. And so I'm right on track as far as like but the timeline is off. Because I thought I'd only be here like 3 or 4 months. What took me 3 or 4 months to even start my podcast? I thought I was going to get here, boom, decompress for a couple of weeks, and then start. I didn't know because it was cold when I got here. It was snowing, which actually kind of like messed up my neck and back. And honestly, I slept a lot when I first got here. I just lay around. I wouldn't work and had enough money to kind of do my own thing. Bought my equipment I needed, which wasn't much. And and then got my footing around town. Like I used to live here, but you forget. Like I knew there was the one drag and this, that, and the other, but I didn't. And then I thought I would meet people because I used to know a lot of people around here. I haven't met any, one or two, you know, I've a few, but not like I used to have. Like I used to know everybody. Now everybody's married or moved on or this, that, and the other, and yeah, it's isn't what I thought. But the best is yet to come. Comment below. What do you want to see? Comment what you, if you have an idea for me to riff on, lay it out there. And I look forward to, having this kind of conversation with people. I know we've never met. I know it's not really a conversation, but that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, like, everybody seems like I want everybody to think that I'm talking to them. They could relate to that. I get from Howard Stern. I'm kind of like stealing everything from Howard Stern and Artie Lang, and where it's just an intimate thing. It's different than what other people are doing. It's unique. Again, I'm not that talented. I mean, I have talent, but it's just more my drive and my worth ethic. Where I'll just do. I have to overcome a lot of stuff to do this every day. Some days I'm in pain. It's just like, don't show your pain. Don't do this. Don't complain. And I don't. You just get through it. Like right now, I'm in a lot of pain, like physical pain, like my back. That's why if you see me I sit kind of weird and kind of, I'm an old man, see? Enjoy your youth. Don't, that shit. You get in your 50s, it's like, my God, your knee. I have arthritis in my knees now. Oh my God. Again, I said I shouldn't complain. I shouldn't. I laugh it off. But yeah, I do this every day. Tomorrow I'll be back. But yeah, the best is yet to come. It's the end of the year. Been a big year for me. Big year. A lot of change. A lot of adaptation, adapting to certain things, learning. It's been awesome, actually, because nothing's easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. You got to relish in the small victories. I've had a few. I've had a few. So you can't dawn on any of the other stuff. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, which you do, the information is in the description for Cash App and Zelle. But I'll be back tomorrow, ranting like a madman, of course. But I love y'all. Be blessed. Cheers.